Hi, so just a quick one. You may or may not know that the Interactivity API for WordPress is the API that's used to give your blocks interactivity on the front end of your site. WooCommerce uses this extensively, and traditionally Search and Filter hasn't utilized this. We built our own system to basically do the same thing as the Interactivity API. We needed it to work across like 10 different systems for Elementor, Beaver Builder, Bricks, the block editor. So we rolled our own. But by not using the Interactivity API, we're missing out on some features and tighter integration, with WooCommerce adding more and more features that integrate more deeply with the Interactivity API. We've been looking at how we can actually integrate with the Interactivity API without changing too much of our core code and be a bit more aligned with the block editor, even though we have this kind of crazy system that works with everything out there. But I'm glad to say, after playing around with this for a few months and trying different options, I think we've kind of nailed it, and finally we can say that Search and Filter is really deeply integrated with the block editor using the official Interactivity API, and what that means is you get even tighter integration with your blocks, and especially the WooCommerce collections block, which we use extensively. So I'll just give you a quick demo. You can see here that we have a product collections block, and then we've got some Search and Filter fields. What you'll see is everything is working perfectly, and the cool thing is all the interactivity that's powered by the Interactivity API, like these add to cart links and all the other elements, they continue to work flawlessly even after searching and filtering. They did actually add a couple more things recently, which is what kind of prompted us to dive into this a bit more and get this done sooner rather than later, which is a couple of new display modes. So they have this carousel mode, and that has these cool little previous and next buttons to go through the carousel. That's obviously powered by the Interactivity API. And before this update, that wasn't working for us. And now, once we reload, I think we can see that everything is still working as it should. It might not look like a lot on the surface, but what that means is we're deeply integrated with the block editor now. We're using all the official APIs, which means we improve our compatibility with anything else that works in the block editor, including WooCommerce, of course. That also means things like generate blocks works better, and the query loop block and anything that's sitting inside the query loop block that's using this Interactivity API. We've just put this behind a beta flag in our plugin, which you can find here, and that means the Interactivity API will be used to update the results when you're doing searching and filtering using the block editor. If you want to help me test this out, I'm looking for testers. Just leave me a comment below or send me a DM. Cheers.